Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc #2. Um, I want to do a second part to that deep dive into my sociology class. So, you know, I answered a lot of questions and I told a few stories. So, I want to go deeper and tell a few more stories. Because it's kind of important to me. Um, did you understand that my journey into acting and my sociology and stuff, they're all kind of related, but I wanted to go deeper because I was talking about martial arts and advantages and fights and classes and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go more towards martial arts now, as well as the deeper dive into this thing, because a lot of the martial arts that I've learned um, flows easier through me. And it wasn't because I discovered that Native Americans were Asian. It's just that my mind was just set on being the greatest fighter on the planet, and I just never got the opportunity to explore that professionally because no one would give a 5'3" guy a chance in hell. Most people look at a 5'3" guy, and yes, I've been the victims of. I couldn't see you down there, and I was like, okay, well, you'll see my foot in your face in a minute, buddy. And the thing about bullying. Let's go there. We're going to go there. The majority of this video is going to be about my being bullied throughout life. And though I know martial arts, that does not make me any less of a victim of being bullied. And I want to talk about bullying because this year we lost a very beautiful wrestler named Hannah Kimura, who committed suicide from being cyberbullied by assholes on the machine and other people, calling her and threatening her because she got upset over a uniform that a comedian had accidentally washed. Alright, first and foremost, let me explain something to y'all. You see those suits back there? Those Scarlet Spider and Spider-Man 2099 suits? Those I paid like $150 for the suit. So for the Scarlet Spider suit, I paid separately for the hoodie. I paid like maybe $80 for that hoodie, and the original suit's over there, which didn't come with the hoodie. It just came with the mask and the original suit. It has the designs and stuff on it. I paid $150 for that. So these things are not cheap, all right? Especially to get them form fitted. And my boy C. Monroe got me the suits, and there was no military discounts involved. So therefore, when you're shelling out anything over $100 for something, you have every right to be mad. And the other thing is that people always say things about other people because it's not them. And this is how bullying and stuff works, alright? When you're on the giving end, which means you're being the bully, you don't think about the consequences of your actions. You don't think about how you have affected somebody's life on some level or another. You don't think, well, maybe this person's going to go and kill themselves, which is exactly what happened to Hannah Kimura. And so if you think famous people don't get bullied, you would be wrong. A lot of people bully famous people all the time. And a lot of people are bullied by people who are famous in their area, and it goes unnoticed. Throughout high school, a police officer whose name will not be mentioned, you know who you are. His first name rhymes with one of those famous Jackson brothers from the Jackson 5, who picked on me all through high school. But now he's a ranking police officer. So I'm not gonna put his business out there like that, even though he said some ridiculously snotty remark about my nephew who passed. But we know who you are, buddy. And I could ruin your career if it ever happened to come up where, did this officer ever do such and such way back in the day? I'll be the first one in the fucking line to say, yes, he did. Because I was the victim of your shit. So we're going to leave that officer alone for now. And there was another officer who bullied me in college. Isn't that right, officer? W-R-I-T. I'm not spelling his name on purpose. Because it was okay for his Navy or other military friend to swear in front of people, but when I did it, he threatened me with arrest before we went into Mr. Flick's class, he threatened to arrest me for swearing. But his other military friends, because he doesn't know me, could say all he wants to say. Yeah, I got an honorable discharge, by the way. I got fucked up by the military. I didn't choose to come out of the military. They chose to take me out of the military. I was going to go until I died. And congratulations on your child, by the way. Just so that you know, that's the other reason why I'm not going to put your name out there. Because unlike you, I actually have some fucking honor. Because soldiers are supposed to look out for soldiers, regardless of what USAF service that they served in. And just because I was a nasty girl, and why did it make it okay for this officer, who I purposely misspelled name, to say shit to me, but not say shit to the other black guy, or the other white guy who also served in the military, who was also cussing. But when I cussed, I got threatened with arrest. So yeah, you're a bully, dick. And just remember, the sins of the father are paid for by that of the son, or in these cases, the child. So for bullying me, someone's going to bully all of your children. And then you're going to know how it feels to go home and cry every damn night and wish that you were dead because of people like you. So when your child comes home one night and she goes, "Daddy, everybody's bullying me, I just want to die," you're going to think back to being in school and bullying a fellow soldier because he cussed in front of people while your other military buddies were cussing in front of people. The same thing to the other officer whose kid has also ran into the same fucking problem. See, sins that you create today, your family pays for tomorrow. I've only bullied one person in my entire lifetime, and me and her became really good friends after that. Isn't that right, Casey S? She was really tall, I was really small. So, yeah. She was an Amazon back in like middle school and grade school. I miss her. Anyway, let's get on with this bullying thing. My ethnicity has led me down the dark path of being bullied mad times. Not just at home, but at school. And in the projects, it was, yo half-breed, yo half-breed, yo half-breed, blah, blah, blah. You're not a real one of us because you got light skin, and then your mom looks white. You have a white mom, etc., etc. And I've been through the thick of it. You know, I literally been through the thick of it in the projects because, you know, there were rarely any white families in the projects, and there were a lot of mixed kids in the projects. You remember me, don't you, Bobby? Yeah. Bobby bullied me on the bus a couple of times. Bobby was way bigger than me. And my sin against Bobby was I didn't know I could beat him. I didn't think I could beat him. So I knocked on Bobby's door, and when his mom made him come down the steps to get the door. "Bobby, one of your friends is here." I cold-cocked Bobby in the goddamn face. But Bobby bullied me on the bus for like weeks before that shit happened. And I went to old heads back in the projects. I went to like Bubba B and Earl and some other cats that I used to follow behind on my skateboard on one knee. They would never tell me to go the hell away though, and I respect them and love them so much for that. But I was bullied all the time. And Bobby had it coming. So I had talked to big old Rumpity Rump. And Rump told me, well, if you don't think you can beat him, knock on the door, and when he comes to the door, clock him in the face. And then run like hell. Which is exactly what I did. I clocked him in the face. And I ran like hell. Sadly, I probably could have beat him. Because I actually was doing martial arts back then too. So I just didn't think about it, you know. But I never apologized to Bobby, so I'm sorry, Bobby. But I'm sorry for the actions now. I wasn't sorry for it at the time. No, I'm not without sin. You know, I'm not a saint by any means necessary. But the point being made, you know, I was bullied, and I got even with my bullies. As a disadvantage of being short and being mixed, being bullied was like the norm for me. So when I go home, I was bullied. When I go to school, I was bullied. On the bus, I was bullied. Now, after that incident with me and Bobby, Bobby never bothered me anymore. No, so I thank you for that, Bobby. But other people wouldn't stop bothering me until they actually seen me fight. In that 1 week, I got in more fights at 15 than I got in my lifetime. And so after that, nobody bothered me, and they stopped calling me Daniela-san, and they stopped calling me Daniel LaRusso, and they stopped calling me Kung Fu Joe. They knew that my shit was legit. So they stopped. But the bullying verbally never stopped. I mean, that just kept going from kindergarten to college, as I just mentioned. And with the death of Hannah Kimura and the death of so many others during the cyberbullying and no laws to protect anybody from cyberbullying. There's literally not one law on the books that you can arrest somebody for cyberbullying. There should be, but by the time they go through all the IP addresses, and especially if somebody's like super smart and can change their IP address to send you all the way to like Atlanta when they're like in Alaska or some shit, you know, there's really no laws. Now, identity theft, on the other hand, there are laws for that, but there's no laws for cyberbullying. And I've never been cyberbullied except for like when I first got my Kung Fu Havoc #1 channel. Some kid got on there and come find out it wasn't the kid, it was his dad or whatever the kid. That was the excuse, and that's what I'm going to go with. And I didn't hold it responsible, but I did clap back, as they would. It wasn't called that back then. I just called it a response. So I did one video, and this kid got on there and he typed gay. And so I didn't really know how to take that. It's like, was the video gay or was he calling me gay? Because I'm not gay. So I went off and I told him, I said, first and foremost, you don't know me. If you want to fight, here's where I live. Don't threaten me on the machine. Bring your ass to Charlottesville, Virginia. Come to 512 Rougemont. And we can see who's gay when I ram my fist through your face. His return reply was, sorry about that. That was my dad. That was not me. I swear, etc., etc. So after that, I was like, cool. You know, I'm sorry for what I said. You know. Now, how much of it is true from his end is beyond me, because the thing about threatening somebody behind a screen is that you're safe. No one can get you when they don't know who you really are, when they don't know what you look like. And so when Hannah Kimura passed, because people were picking on her over her being mad about her expensive ass wrestling outfit being fucking destroyed in the washer and dryer, you guys murdered this young lady. She's only 23 years old. And not too long after she was murdered, my nephew passed away on a motorcycle accident. He too was only 23 years old. They had so much life ahead of them. So when you think about bullying and when you think about cyberbullying and when you don't think about the consequences of your actions, you need to be fully aware of what you say to people. You need to be fully aware that you don't know how someone's going to take that and go in the opposite direction. I've never told anybody who's any bad response to any of my videos, I've never told them to go kill themselves. And I never will do that because that's not cool. And you never know, they very well may kill themselves. So you don't do shit like that. And you don't tell people that their life is worthless and that they shouldn't exist. You shouldn't do that. And Hannah Kimura got like this, like by the thousands, you know, because the comedian had more fan base. And I think had Hannah Kimura been like Han Chow Kimura or some shit like that, no one would have said anything. Also, that comedian probably would have found himself in a headlock, or Fujiwara armbar, or the Bob Backlund's chicken wing, or the what the hell is it? The Yuganaga? I'm probably not saying it right. Yuginagi? It's a Japanese lock. I know how to do it, but I can't say it. And then there's the triangle choke. And that's the thing, you know, because she was a woman, a very pretty young woman, that's why they did that shit. Had Hannah Kimura been a man, nobody would have cyberbullied his ass, and the comedian probably would have got his shit broken up. So, as a fighter and a martial artist, and as a person who has been bullied, I can tell you that there are some things that you really, more than likely, should be more careful of what you do and what you say before you do it. And this video is over. Thanks for watching.